Hi, welcome to the Andrew Buckle book review of Fantastic Four, Volume 2. This is the Omnibus one, the recent one. This is the 2021 version. It's about 800 odd pages. You've got the new spine as well. Now, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I actually quite like that. I wish they had gone with that approach at the start, because it's nice when you go along the bookshelf to see, obviously you can see it's Fantastic Four, but it's nice to have just a little picture of maybe Reed Richards or Sue Storm, etc. down there. Why have they gone for such tiny Lee. Kirby? Really? That's just crazy in Volume 2. I just think the format could have been slightly better. Just seems odd. Anyway, I can understand maybe going for the Fantastic Four, making it smaller, because of course now you get collections at the Fantastic Four Reborn or Fantastic Four XYZ. So you can sort of get that all onto a thing, well, otherwise you spread it over and it just doesn't look great. However, got that, you got that, the standard classic. Now, also, if I just open this up, you can see, obviously, there, Fantastic Four Omnibus. I mean, that looks really lovely, that. In many ways, though, I would prefer an image included in there, but still. However, Epic Collections that it replaces. Well, this is probably the only one I can think it really replaces. Now, it doesn't even really replace this, because this one is 33 to 51, annual number 3. And this one obviously goes a bit 31 to 60 and annual 2 to 4. You can see all the stories there. However, the bonus material in here is far superior in the Epic collection to the bonus material in the Omnibus, which is really odd. I know, you'd think it's got some great, absolutely lovely, look, it's got some obviously original art, all those sort of things. Photo collage. Not included in here. You've got a little briefest little bit. You've actually got some bonus material in the back. It's the worst bonus material I think you could ever imagine, really. It's just got bits of Marvel Greatest, which is fine. I mean, absolutely nothing. Marvel Collector's Item Classic. I love those. Great covers. But you've got some. Yeah, I just got that. Not very much. That's it. And then they cram in this as well. Look at that. Black Panther, one of the original, obviously, ones that they didn't use. Why make it so small? And also Black Panther himself. Why not just make that full page? It seems to be really odd just doing it crammed in like that. You know, you've got this really big book, sort of an extra 30 or 40 pages. Put the price up maybe a little bit more. I don't know, but it's just, to me, Omnibus Edition should be the definitive super, let's cram everything in, put everything we've got, all the illustrated, all the original artwork, all the bits and pieces, special gifts, things that were done, letters about it, all the receipts, or whatever. Everything should be included. But it's not. And it just seems to be odd. Why just skimp on it? You've got great stories, got brilliant thing, but the bonus material, I really love good bonus material. And you've got there, of course, the listing of all the people, you've got the contents, and the restoration, the artwork is absolutely first rate. Not all of it. I mean, I don't think they can work miracles sometimes. Some of the artwork is a bit sort of still rough. You look at it, and sometimes you can tell that in the writing. The writing is sometimes the bit that really bugs me occasionally when I look at these things, or any of these sort of ones. You sort of read it and you think, oh, it's a bit sort of, well, I love these. This is one thing I love about the Omnibus editions. You, of course, get these brilliant letters, and the letters are just great to read. There's also the special announcement section as well. I always love, obviously, the checklist. Now, I also love Stan Lee's bullpen notes and things. They were always great, but of course, they didn't always include those. But I wish they would have included a few more other bits of material that came out at the time. It would have been, obviously, got the Fantastic Four fan pages, but maybe some. Because recently I got the massive, huge Spider-Man one that obviously shows all the original pages in the beautiful, I mean, just amazing, that one. But it's also got so much more, and you look at it and think, all those original issues had a lot of stuff that, though it includes the checklist and also the letters, there's a lot also that was included that really makes the issue special that's not included in here still. So, but still, I still think it's very nice. Look at the quality there. I mean, I think it's just absolutely first rate. Now, I can't compare with the earlier volumes of this. I mean, it's, I don't know if, I'm not even certain is it really worth buying it? I mean, some people will, I'm certain. But just to buy it, if it's so, now you could argue, why get it when you got the Epics? Well, I think to me, the omnibus editions should be and are the best. Oh, here it is actually finding Mighty Marvel checklist. It's changed because, of course, before it was actually just a sort of a listing, but now it's got a little special box and everything. And you got here the Frightful Four. I love the Frightful Four stories, and again, that's absolutely brilliant. And of course, the classic, the wedding as well. Now that's slightly odd. The printing's a bit weird. Now I think that's printing because it's actually got slightly double printing there, just slightly, just like offset slightly. And she's gone back again. So you got the checklist there and that sort of pink one. It's quite good. You got Origin of Captain America, Dormammu, Sergeant Fury number 15, Astonish 65. Special announcement section. So they went back. It's odd. I didn't notice that. One they had a checklist, then suddenly it's gone back to special announcement section. Oh, now it's gone to checklist again. How strange. You can see the classic stories there. Daredevil 7, of course, the wonderful Wally Wood one. Love it, Submariner. And more letters pages. But again, I just think these are just great stories though. Daredevil, love that one. Doctor Doom story, classic. And again, another classic one with Medusa and Frightful Four. God, Sandman and the Wizard looking truly evil at that point. And of course, the classic annual. I love that annual. Just one of my favourite all-time on special king-size annual. Not really certain they were researching what they were going to call that. Special king-size special annual. No, special king-size annual. But throw everything in. Why not? The Wedding of Sue and Reed. Just absolutely good. Also, of course, you had issue 11, issue 6 featuring Submariner. Slightly confusing, actually, I would have thought, putting that there. But I suppose they two most requested issues since issue 1. Maybe issue 1 could have been put in as well. But maybe that was including the other ones. However, of course, you got into the classic phase of some of the best stories, the Inhumans. Got the Inhumans there, a bit more Inhumans. An Inhuman that doesn't turn up that often, but yeah, his arms and fly. And, of course, into the Silver Surfer stories there. Absolute classic ones. And Doctor Doom, more Doctor Doom, Black Panther, also Klaw, the Mad Thinker. Oh, yes, Doctor Doom. I was going to say, did we get to Doctor Doom? Here's the Doctor Doom. The artwork is absolutely first rate, absolutely brilliant. Yes, it is very, very super sharp. When you look at it very close, the fine lines, they've done a really great job, restoration. Just occasionally, you look at it and think it looks a bit more sort of rough than possibly. But again, the source material, I guess, it's just hard. I mean, look, this is classic case in point. This one. His eyes, they're so filtered, etc., etc. But the artwork there is just not very sharp. But again, I suppose if they haven't got any really good, super duper source material, there's not much you can do. You can't sort of remake it super sharp again if that's gone. And of course, you've got the Fantastic Four, the torch that was, as well on the back. Just an absolutely great story again, obviously battling the original Human Torch. And also into the next stories and up to issue 60. And also, it of course includes the special. Again, this is one of the things that I would have preferred not to include the Not Brand Ek one. I mean, they're fine. There's nothing wrong with those stories. And they are quite decent. But if they could have included instead more bonus material, lots and lots of original inked pages, would have been so much nicer than that. You know, if you're going to not, if it's page number count, why not include something a bit more? And also you've got, of course, some lovely little articles at the back. Articles are always great. And this one is from 2007. This is one slight thing with the omnibus editions is often is the articles are dated 2007 or 2000 or 1994 or something. Nothing wrong with that, but it's just sometimes maybe they could have a few more recent ones as well. That would be nice. Still, absolutely lovely edition. Now, paper quality, I thought was okay. I know some people have been critical of the paper quality, but of course, if you actually hold it up against the light, and you can actually see through it, but you can see it. Yeah, I mean, if you really make an effort to look for it, but if you hold it like that, and you're reading it just like that, I don't think you can really see through it. Personally, I think, no, it's just very, very, very hard to see through. But you can. The brutal betrayal of Ben Grimm. Just absolutely brilliant. Is it better than the Epic Collections? Of course. I just love the additional bit of size, just extra bit of quality that comes with the omnibus. But at the same time, the bonus material. Why? Why just let it down slightly with poor bonus material? Just seems odd to me. But that's it. Well, Fantastic Four, I have to say, totally recommended. This is some just classic. If you're into Silver Age material, if you're not, of course, if you don't like Silver Age, you might look at this and think, oh, those stories are really quite clunky now. But I've grown up with these stories. I just love the stories. They're still infinitely enjoyable to read, and I will certainly always enjoy reading them. So, Fantastic Four, Volume 2. Totally recommended.